It's time to start getting excited. This is Gates, the expansion for Gate, and I absolutely love it. I think it makes Gate phenomenal. This is the way to play Gate. And so let's go ahead and pull up the website here so you know what we're looking at. This is Board Game Geek. This is the page for Gate. I'm playing Gates. This is the expansion for Gate, all of which you can purchase at the Game Crafter. I know it's rough to get this overseas. I realize this is like an American outfit and it's very expensive to have this shipped overseas, but you can purchase print and play versions of these games, I believe, and get them printed, hopefully locally somewhere for a reasonable price. Also mixed in with my copy of Gate and Gates is the promos, and I got them from the Gnome Pack. So we're going to take a quick look here at all of this. You can get the Gnome Pack from the Game Crafter, by the way. So let's go back here to the table. So if you watched, or if you're familiar with Gate and not familiar with Gates, just the quick overview on this is basically it's one of those expansions a lot like once you play with it, you don't want to play without it ever again, right? It's not that it solves a problem. There's nothing wrong with Gate. It is a perfectly fine game on its own, but by adding the Gates expansion, it just turns everything up a notch. It goes from a really, 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 really good game to a great game. And so I strongly recommend that you pick up all the stuff for it because you wind up with a pile of cards that add a lot of variety to the game, which I feel like you can't go wrong with in this kind of a game. So first of all, your starting cards. You only start the game with these three normal cards. In Gates, you get to add 2 more starting cards, and you can tell it's from Gates because it has a little red blood drop or something up there. So you can add the Peddler. The Festival Command costs 1 gold this turn. That's awesome. And the Storyteller. Recruiting a Citizen costs 1 less gold this turn. That's awesome. Now, we also have the best card in the game, the Drunkard. This is from the Gnome Pack. This was a promo character. +1 damage in combat as long as the tavern is standing. The tavern, you say? That's right. Let's take a look at the cards here now. These are new, the tavern and the mill, and they only start with 4 hit points. You can tell that from that right there. Barricades. What's a barricade? We'll get to that in a minute. Costs 1 less while still standing. And of course, they have a hard mode side. And what is awesome is that you do not have to just flip all the cards to hardcore mode, right? You could just work your way up. Maybe you want to play with the farm and the tower on hardcore mode, or maybe just the gate. Or maybe, you want to pick randomly, and so you do that. You roll a d6 and a couple of times and you pick randomly, because remember, the pyramid has a hard mode side as well. And then we have the tavern here, +1 when calming, once per turn while still standing. That makes perfect thematic sense also, by the way. Pretty awesome, as does the mill to make the barricades. Barricades are so awesome. Look at this. Barricades will absorb all damage from a single attack at the location they are protecting. So you can have 1 barricade on each of the 5 places here. They also deal 1 damage to the foe that dealt the attack. Single use, then it goes back in the pile, and you can buy it again later. Now, thing is if it kills the creature, you do not have to worry about the pyramid going up. If it doesn't kill the creature, you prevent the damage, they take a damage, and the pyramid still goes up according to their fear level. Also, look at this beefy stack of cards. Now, I don't think I have them separated. I don't. I have them all shuffled in, so maybe we're not going to go over each and every single one of them, but there's some in here that are absolutely worth taking a look at, like the Assassin. Look at that. You may trash 1 card in hand after using it. That might be the best card I've ever seen. And it says you may, right? Check this out. The Brute, 2 damage. You may trash this card to place a barricade. Sometimes you just need it. Here's the Commander, all right? So, yeah, there's a lot in here. There are as well, oh boy, I forgot what they are. They are the Architect. Where is she at? There's 2 promo characters in here too. I don't know where they are. They're probably here. Oh, the Architect. So that's one of the promo characters. So that's from the Gnome Pack, as is the Village Crier, wherever that is. So there's those 2 that you might not have if you do not have, I don't know where it is. If you do not have the Gnome Pack. The Village Crier is eluding me for some reason, but that one is also in here, part of the Gnome Pack, unless I somehow Village Crier, yeah, it's in here. Okay, so they're all in here, right? So Village Crier, you may discard a card from your hand to draw a new one. That's fantastic, right? Okay, let's talk about heroes, right? So we're going to talk about the way the heroes work in this. So because you go from having a handful to a smattering, I don't know what you would call this, right? You only had 5 before. So the gnome pack, this is, I guess, one of the promo guys here, the Executioner. This, you may trash up to 2 cards in hand or discard. That is insanely powerful. And you get 2 new ones in the Gates expansion. You have the Clay Golem. You may place 2 barricades, one-time use. Look at that. And 1 on everything. And the Sorceress. You may place 1 barricade, one-time use, and she's got 2 in all of her stats. Now, the way that this works gets a little interesting. And this is the genius part of this, and where I think it really shines, right? Because adding more to the game is always great, but you can't just throw it all in and play, right? So the way this works is you do shuffle all of the townsfolk in there, right? But as far as heroes go, every game can only have 5 heroes. So you just shuffle them up and count down to 5. The gnome pack, by the way, think of that as promos for gates, not gate, because what those cards are refer to things like the mill and the tavern, so they wouldn't work with just gate. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes, and so, you know, if you just have gates, you're taking 2 out. If you have gates and the gnome pack, you're taking 3 out. We'll set those off to the side. Remember, all of our townsfolk are in here, so I just want to make sure we give them another good shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do that. And then, the way this works is you take all of your starting cards, you shuffle them together, because you only ever start with 3. You would not want to play this game with, what is there, 6 now? 3, 4, 5, 6. You wouldn't want to play the game with 5 or 6 starting cards because they're bad, right? These are the not good characters, so you only play with 3. However, it's a great system, I think, actually, and I think it solves the problem you would have if you drew 3 random cards. So what you do is you shuffle them all up, you draw 2, then you choose your 3rd from the remaining cards. So as you can see, we got no damage in here. So obviously, I'm taking the drunk, right? So the guard is also worth a coin. So it might be more worth it to have the guard if you want the coin to start, but you can never have the drunk ever again. And there's plenty of guys that are worth some coin and fight. So I think we're going to play with the drunk. I am also going to attempt to play with as much as I guess there's no way to make this happen, but we're going to hope that we have a lot of expansion characters in this mix here, right? So what do we have here? We have the commander, they're expensive. Okay, 6, 5, 6, and 2 3s. These are probably doable. Barely with my starting group. I like the peddler as a starter. Look at that, 2 income. Okay, now how does this work? So again, the base game has 3. That's these 3: the spider, the plague rat, and the skelepede. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 victory points as you go, by the way. So that's wave 1. Now, let me flip this over. This guy is from the gnome pack, and it's unfortunate, by the way, the gnome pack stuff isn't marked in any way, so you don't know where this is from. There's no like little blue mark or whatever they would do on this card. I had to go through and sort things out to find them so that we could talk about them. So this is from the gnome pack. You gain 1 fear as soon as the crawl bone is revealed. What a jerk. And then these 3 are from gates. So you have the Doom Skull. The Doom Skull deals 1 damage at the gate when first revealed. Of course it does. The Flyclops, I like it, and the Lost Corpse. You may not calm your citizens while the Lost Corpse is active. Okay, and so the way this works, now this is similar, right? You shuffle them all together, but you draw 4, not 3. So the game is extended quite a bit, actually, because we're going to go 4, 4, 4, and 1. So that's 13 guys to fight instead of 9. We'll talk about that in a minute, right? So basically, we're going to shuffle these up. And anyway, all this added variety makes it way more interesting to me, right? When you're not fighting the same things over and over and over, and it's not just about rote memorization of what's in what wave, right? So we're going to take all these out. We have our 4 wave 1 guys here. And the idea is, you probably shouldn't look at them. Okay, so here, this is the Swine Witch. That describes some people I know in the real world. That is from the Gnome Pack. During this round, this card is revealed. Draw up one less card. That is awful. Here we have the Vile Stalker, and so the next three are going to be from Gates. You may not hire citizens while the Vile Stalker is active. The Shell Spawn ignores barricades. That's fabulous. And then remove all damage tokens when this card is revealed. And so what that does is that heals the bad guy in the second slot, right? So that's no good. That's you don't want that guy to come out, when you're working on beating down the creature in front of it, and you've almost got it dead, and all of a sudden it gets a full heal. You're just not going to do well. And I'm bad at the game anyway, so I'm not going to do well anyway. But you know what? It's a blast, and this is so exciting. This is the way to play this game. I don't want to separate it and ever play it play it vanilla ever again. This is the way to play. It adds tons of variety, all kinds of new cool characters and things. Your starting hand is different. Your heroes are different. Your waves are different. This is by far the definitive Gate experience here. Okay, so here we have the Gloom Skull from the Gnome Pack. When this card is revealed, you must trash the top card in your draw pile. Oh my god, and you can see, like this guy, see this is from the Gnome Pack, attacks the Tavern. The last one attacks the Mill, I think. The Wave 2 Gnome Pack promo character. Devour, this is from Gates. 1 damage to each location, what a jerk. We have the Tentasteed. Oh wow. Attacks the Mill. And then here's the third one from the expansion, the Blight Golem. What a jerk. Okay, so we're going to shuffle these up, draw 4, and then, yes, those of you who are good at math noticed I said 13 and not 12, because the man himself is in this game. Zogar comes with the army at the very end. 2 damage to each location, 8 hit points, worth 11 victory points, and does 2 fear. Zogar is not to be messed with, and he goes on the bottom of the pile, of course, because he is heading up the army of guys. So here's the 3 that we're not going to play with, whatever they may be. We're going to stack them all on top as such, and otherwise it's still the same, right? It plays just like Gates does. Now, you also get 2 little rule cards here with it that explain what to do. It does not have anything that I'm missing. I think I explained everything rather well. Throw the citizen cards in there, remove 2 cards. Let's see here. Yep, blah, 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 blah. It's all the same plus the Zogar card. Okay, lastly, stack these on top of the Zogar card to form your enemy deck. Oh, here, this is what I'm looking at. That's the instructions. That's what you get. And that's really all you need. So it sounds like it's going to come down to Zogar and 1 Wave 3 guy stay at the front gate trying to beat it down there at the very end. So you're going to need to take out that and Zogar. Now the good news is we have barricades. I'm not sure this would be possible without the barricades. So let's take a quick break. Boy, that's maybe I'll straighten out my camera because they look straight to me, but everything's at a weird angle. And then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. Let's see what kind of damage we can do this time. Let's see. We have we need the first part of the game. Enemies advance. Let's see what we are up against. A Wave 1 Lost Corpse. You may not calm your citizens while the Lost Corpse is active. That's okay because our Pyramid starts at level 0 anyway. We don't have to worry about that. And you do get 3 more of these with Gates. I lucked out and they were the same. They were a match. Not everybody's getting that. I hear some people have cubes or maybe black dice or something. I got matching everything. I got very lucky. I didn't have to cobble together stuff myself, so it was nice to get them all the same. It fits nicely, although it wouldn't hurt to have black dice for, say, the Mill and the Tavern or something, as a little reminder that they only start at 4, just because they're different color. That would be helpful, even though it says right on there. Okay, in any case, the Drunkard can do 2 damage all by his lonesome, right? He's just whack. Fresh out of the Winchester, he can do 2 damage, thanks to the Tavern giving him an additional damage to our Lost Corpse. Let's go ahead and make a little victory point pile there. Good job, Drunkard. Now, this is +1 when repairing the farm. The farm is not damaged, and the Pyramid is already as low as it can go. So the Festival, which lowers the fear, right? The Festival, forget your sorrows, right? We don't need to lower the fear any. So we have 2, 3, 3 gold, 4 gold if I want to buy somebody, or we could buy a barricade for 2 because I believe that the farm +1 to a single purchase does not count for the barricades. I feel like that's just dudes, I think. Okay, so let's go with, let's see, 2, 3, so 4. So really anybody, so either of these guys we can buy. Let's go ahead and buy the Warden. We're going to need some damage. Let's buy the Warden with all of our points. Now the enemies get to attack, they've got nobody. So then the enemies get to advance, and now they have a crawl bone. You gain 1 fear as soon as the crawl bone is revealed. So, I mean, that gives us a hero, which we don't have to draw yet because that happens after the enemies advance, right? So now we have to draw. We have no cards. We should have a hero added in here. So let's go ahead and add a hero in here. Maybe that was good, maybe that was bad. And then we'll draw our 3 cards and see what we can do against a 3 hit point crawl bone. Now again, I think the drunkard could take care of that all by himself because he gets a +1 for the tavern and the tower. That card's so good. Okay. I mean, you need that damage right at the beginning, right? Okay. Oh, and this guy comes out. Oh, look at more damage, too. 1, 2, 3. We have a drunkard again. Oh, look at it's all my starting cards. Yippee! So the drunkard's going to do 3 damage to the crawl bone, right? That leaves us. Wow, we're in the exact same situation. So again, I can buy somebody of 3 value. Let's buy the brute. Why not? So the brute also has a power that says you may trash this card to place a barricade. Fabulous. Enemies get to attack, nobody's there, somebody comes out. We have a Doom Skull. We only have 2 cards, so let's go ahead and shuffle and draw one. There's a good chance we're going to get some, 50% chance we're going to get some good damage here, I guess. This guy has 3. The Doom Skull deals 1 damage to the gate when first revealed. What a jerk. That's kind of funny, though. Alright, so let's see here. Oops. Throwing cards around. What's going on? Okay. 1 card, 1 card. Let's hope it's the drunkard again. He's like my favorite. Like, he's amazing. Dang. Okay, so we have a brute, a sorceress. Oh, she's a hero. I forgot we had a hero in there. What is she? 2 for everything. You may place 1 barricade. Interesting. Okay, so we get a free barricade. Let's defend the tavern. My thoughts behind this are it only has 4 hit points maximum, and it's making this 1 card in here, the drunkard, extra powerful, right? 2, 4, 6. We can do so much damage this turn, and we don't need it. We only need to do 3 damage, actually. So let's go ahead and drop 2, 3, 4. So we may trash this card to defeat a single enemy. Oh, I've never seen this card before. What? How have I never seen that guy before? Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so now we have to think about some things. So we also we have enough money that we could buy 1 barricade, or either of these 2 guys, or ooh, this is crazy. Okay, so suddenly we have a problem. Okay, so we want to stay on top of our enemies, right? So no matter what, we're killing somebody. What I need to figure out is, do I want 4? I mean, the martyr is going to pay off later in this deck, right? So let's go ahead. I guess it doesn't really matter who, like the order I do this in. I guess it doesn't really matter because they're all kind of the same. All I need is somebody to do some damage. So let's say the guy who has no coin value does 2 + 1 is 3 damage to the Doom Skull. And then we have 2. She's a single use, though. 2, 3 coins. And then a 4th coin is going to come from our tavern, or our farm, +1 to a single purchase. That's going to give us 4. We're going to buy the Martyr. I think that's the way to go. Then the enemies get to go. They have nobody. That's my favorite thing. I like it. We're staying on top of these jerks. The Flyclops and so this is our last level 1, our last wave 1 guy. So we're going to draw our last 3 cards, and of course the drunkard is going to do 3 damage all by himself. Wham, and kill that. Now we have this. So this is going to give us. I was going to hope to well. So we have 2, 3. Oh, this works great. Okay. So, and then 4 if we're going to buy a guy, right? So let's say we're going to buy a guy who's a 3. So which of these two are we going to purchase? They are statistically the same. +1 when repairing the farm or the gate, +1 when repairing the tower. Let's just take this guy, the farm or the gate. So that spent 3. So that spent the peddler's 2 and the 1 from the farm. That leaves 1 more gold from the farmer. And this says the festival command costs 1 gold this turn. The festival costs 1 gold. It lowers the fear by 1. We're going to drop the pyramid back to a 0. That's all our cards. Enemies get to attack. There's nobody. Level 2, phase 2 here, or wave 2. I'll get a word right in there somewhere. The Blood Monk. Remove all damage tokens when this card is revealed. So there's no, we lucked out. How funny. Okay, so we've been one-shotting all the level 1 guys because I did really well on damage guys this time, I think. This guy does not get to use his healing power. And he attacks the tavern. What a jerk. Okay, remove all damage tokens. So that's it. And he does 1 fear. We could let him survive. If we can't do 4 damage, he could take a damage here. Okay, dang it. I was really hoping we'd have the drunkard to get it. Just pop him for 3. Okay, so we have the martyr. We're not going to use the martyr's power, but we are going to use something over here. The warden. So I mean that right there is 4 damage plus. Ooh, the farmer's back out. What's injured? This. That's it. Okay. I don't want to waste the barricade if we don't have to. Oh, you know what? I forgot to pull out another guy. The minstrel. I want you. Ooh, you're only 2. Okay, so if we do 3 damage here, 2, 3, plus 1 for the tower is 4 damage. I love. This is how it's supposed to be, right? Just murdering these guys. The farmer only has 1 gold. If I combine the farmer's 1 gold with the farm's +1, I can buy the minstrel for 2. Okay, enemies get to go. I love it. And here we go, the Dark Priest. Hey, we're doing much better this time than before. Ooh. So the drunkard, we know this guy's so good. +1 damage in combat as long as the tavern is standing, right? Plus the tower. So that's 3 damage right there onto the Dark Priest. Whack. And we need to do 2 more damage somehow. We have a brute. There's 2 damage. Oh my god. This is working out really well. That leaves me the peddler. Okay, the peddler is only going to be able to afford us the mason with the farm. So there's 2, 3. The mason costs 3. I love the assassin, but I don't have a 4th gold. Unless we didn't use the brute. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we don't kill that guy. Maybe we don't kill that guy, right? We do the drunkard 3 damage on him, right? And there's a reason why I'm doing this. No, let's stick with what we did. I was gonna say we could eat a little bit of the damage, but you know what happens when I do that? Every time I end up getting screwed. So let's not do that. Okay. So we've got all of our guys in here. We have 1 card, so we're going to have to shuffle. The enemies don't get to go. What it is that I wanted to rearrange it so I could buy the assassin for 4 gold. I was shy of 1 gold, but then that Dark Priest would be alive and up the pyramid again and give us another hero, but then we'd be dealing with 2 enemies, and I don't want to deal with 2 enemies. So enemies advance. A vile stalker. You may not hire citizens while the vile stalker is active. So that's interesting. I want to look at something here. Draw up, use commands, recruit comes before use cards. It's so weird. It's almost like it doesn't matter where 3, 4, and 5 come in your play. It does say, gate is broken down into a number of turns. During each turn, you will be performing this... not performing, you're preforming the same set of actions in the following. It says in the following order. But it seems kind of like the rest of them are jumbled up. Like it doesn't use commands, but like you don't know until you're like working out the math and everything, so you end up doing it kind of backwards. It sort of doesn't matter until you're in this situation where we can't buy anybody. So using commands... let's see and see like where do you place them? I don't know. It just gets a little hinky here. Let's see here. You'll be able to reduce your fear by 1 on the fear. Let's see. During this phase of your turn, you'll be able to enlist the help of your citizens by paying to join your country. Each citizen has a cost. You may use income of the cards in your hand to buy a citizen service from the row of 4 cards. You place it in the discard. Remember that while your farm still stands, you may gain 1 extra income to make a purchase. I don't like the word they used, purchase, there, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't apply to barricades. Newly gained citizens are placed into your discard. Yeah, you may purchase 1 more card if you have the income to spare. Whenever you buy a card, it must replace it immediately. Use cards. This is the phase you get to use the cards in your hand. But see, you've been using them for income. Each card has 4 traits income. If you kill an enemy and have leftover damage, you may apply it to another face of the enemy. See, it's just the wording of it is a little not great. Okay, so this is the 1 card we had. We had those. Let's go ahead and take all 3. So we have the Martyr again. I mean, this is like a get-out-of-jail-free card here if we need it. The Farmer, we have very little damage on us. I think only 1 damage here. And the Craftsman. You know what? What if I do that? That way I would remember, because I forget the barricades are out there sometimes. The Craftsman. Okay, can we do 5 damage? No. So we can do 1 damage with this guy, and the tower makes it 2 damage. We can do 1 damage with the Martyr, and the Farmer. See, we don't have a way to do... Oh, okay. I don't think does the purchase go towards your command as well? I actually need to look that up. I really, truly don't know, because that's going to make or break what I do here. Because I want the Farmer to be able to do a call to arms, but if I can't, I'm just going to repair the gate. The call to arms costs 2. She only has 1 coin, but does the farm count for commands or just people? I'm actually going to turn to the forum and look this up. We'll be right back. Good news, it's actually in the book right here. It's in the manual. While the farm stands, you gain an extra gold per turn to either use to recruit a new citizen or to use for a command. But then I did find somewhere on the forums there that it says not with barricades. Okay, so it was answered by Jason Glover himself, right? No, the mill and the woodcutter can lower the cost of barricades. That's it. Okay, so that's good. The farm is good for commands and for people. It even clearly said that. And then this actually answered a separate question I had. The farm and the tower powers will only activate when you have at least 4 health. So this was, I guess, answered by Jason as well. Because if you remember, it says when it has 4 health, it means, yeah. The tower here, let's see, if the tower has 4 health, it should say at least 4 health. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now we have the farmer plus the farm is 2 gold. We're going to do a call to arms, which is going to do 1 more damage to this jerk. Right? All that was in service of finding a single point of damage. And the reason being is because it has 4 damage on it now. They get to go. The enemy attacks. He attacks the barricade. He, she, it, whatever this thing is. A vile stalker attacks the barricade and takes a damage and dies. Okay, that's why I wanted to do that, right? Barricades absorb all damage from a single attack. Okay, they also deal 1 damage to the foe, single use. So now it goes away. The vile stalker was killed, and new enemies appear. All right, we're going to draw our 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3. And let's see what we've got here. We have a Rotworm. So the Rotworm has 5 hit points. Can we do 5 damage? That I don't know. So we do have a Brute here. Okay, so the Brute is going to be able to do 3 damage for me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 onto the Rotworm. Right? Now I love the idea of killing these guys before they get to attack me, because that's how we lose the game. That guy did 3 damage. Okay, so we're out there. I don't want this guy to survive. So we could kill him in 2 different ways, actually. So we could use the Minstrel to do a call to arms for 1 damage, and then the Mason can do a damage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it that way. Boom, 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 all dead. So we have a pretty powerful deck right now. Enemies get to go. There's nobody there. They're going to come out. Okay, now we're going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, what do we have here? The Drunkard. Yes, there's 3 damage right off the top. God. Then the Warden is going to drop 2 damage for us. Oh, this is funny. And the Peddler is going to use her 2 gold to do an extra damage. to kill. This is how this game has been going when you're paying attention to the cards that you buy. Right here, you are just murdering guys. Okay, now I am out of cards, so I'm going to have to shuffle, but we also have to bring out a wave 3. Is this the first wave 3 guy? No. That's the second. That's the first. This is Gloomskull. When this card is revealed, you must trash the top card in your draw pile. Are you serious? So I just had to shuffle because I don't have a draw pile. That seems loopholey. I didn't have any cards. I don't have to shuffle yet because I haven't had the draw. When this card is revealed, you must trash the top card in your draw pile. My draw pile is empty. I'm going to have to rule on rules as written in that case, right? Right? I don't have a draw pile, so I got out of jail free, right? I feel like that's cheating. I think the intent is obviously to trash a card, but I literally didn't have a card. Because they come out first, and then I draw, and that's when you shuffle. If your draw pile is ever emptied, simply shuffle your discard pile, perform a new pile, and draw new cards until you have 3. Huh. But see, that doesn't happen until afterwards. I feel like that's intent is that you trash a card no matter what. So let's just go ahead and do that. So I feel like we got out of that. So the Craftsman is out of the game. Let's just say that he got murdered by the Gloomskull, right? Okay. Now we've got to draw our 3 cards. And boy, I would have been so upset if it was my man here. Look at how do I keep drawing this guy? 3 damage. Bam. The Warden can do 2. Why not keep killing him? And the Farmer +1 repair. Like, let's do our 1 repair on the gate, right? We got some time. Let's spend some time repairing the gate. We're going to use her 1 repair there. So we're sitting pretty. Okay, this guy was dead. So enemies attack. There's nobody alive. We're hanging on somehow. The Grave Lord. It's because we got high damage guys like right out of the gate. Right out of the gate this time. We need 7 now, and this jerk does 1 damage to each location. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't do it. So now it's time to play ball. And of course, it's with a guy who does loads of damage. Of course it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could technically buy the Assassin with these 3 and the Farm and add the Assassin to our group. I don't like it. We're too close to the end. Every time I play this game, I buy, to a point and then I have to stop. Now, the other thing that we could do is we could buy, we could only buy 1 barricade. This has been a very low barricade game for me, which is unusual, but that's because I had such a high attack deck, which is also unusual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. I'm just throwing it all down. Right there. 5 damage on the Grave Lord. Grave Lord gets to attack everything for 1. So unfortunately, we're starting to see some damage come our way now. So 3, 3. This is 1, 3, and 5. Where are you at? 5. There you are. Okay, then 1 fear, but we've done a great job of managing all of that today. Okay, there we go. I don't like knowing who the hero is. It's better being a surprise. Now this guy moves, and this guy comes out an Abomination. I only have 2 cards, so let's go ahead and shuffle. Man. Okay, but we're doing well. We're doing really well this game. I feel like we've got this one pretty well sewed up, which is surprising. I'm glad I got a good play, almost too good, recorded. We'll see. We'll see if we can get 100%. That's what I'm aiming for. Let's see if we can not lose a building and if we can kill every enemy. In fact, all we have to do is 2 more damage to the Grave Lord, and then the Abomination won't leave when Zogar comes out anyway. So let's make sure we can do that. Ooh. A Clay Golem, who does 2 damage. That's good enough for me. So we'll do 2 damage with the Clay Golem, right? Is that enough to kill this idiot? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is. Okay, so this guy's dead. That was a lot of pain. Right. And then we still get 2 barricades out there because of this guy. So do we put in, you know what? We're going to put 1 on the gate, and we're going to put 1 on the farm. Okay? Then this guy's out of the game. Wow, that was fortunate. We just got that guy, right? Now, this gets really weird because we have 0 damage that we can do. But we do have 4 gold, 5 gold if we're going to buy a guy. Dang it, we're 1 short for the champion. But we can buy the commander. So let's buy the commander. Heck yeah. This guy's from the expansion and is a beast. Okay, the town crier from the expansion as well. They get to attack. They're going to attempt to do 2 damage here. They're going to be blocked from the damage, take a damage. However, the barricade is gone. We're still going to move up the fear, which happens to be the farm. So the farm is going to take damage, and then Zogar comes out himself. Okay, now stuff just got real, because Zogar does 2 damage to every location. All right, so 2... We got some damage here, though, right? 2, 4, 5, 6 damage. Thing is I would rather beat on Zogar, you know, and try to take Zogar down than the Abomination, right? So let's 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we can do here. Because Zogar's doing 2 damage a pop, right? We don't want him to go too many more rounds. We're going to lose the farm. We're going to lose the farm. If I trash the brute, you may trash this card to place a barricade. I'm going to trash this guy. I'm just going to put him down here to place a barricade on the farm. Then we're going to use the warden and the mason for 3 damage, and then 1 for the tower is 4 damage. And I think we're going to put it all on Zogar. Now they're going to attack us. It's not enough to... Ooh, what if we put it all on the Abomination? Because that's 3, 4, 5 damage. Maybe that was the better play. Okay, so then he's going to attack the farm. The farm is going to barricade up, smack him back for a damage, and it's not going to trigger the pyramid, but we're going to get the kill. Zogar is going to hit everything for 2 and hit this for 1, 2. So the barricade, doesn't count. So that's going to go to 4. Because the fear still happens, and that still happens. But 2 damage here takes this down to 2. 2 damage here takes the mill down to 1. The barricade doesn't take a damage, but it's going to hurt him. The tavern takes a damage down to 1, and the tower takes a damage down to 3. I kept saying A damage. I was taking 2 damage. Ooh. So wait a minute. Who's in here now? So we know that in here somewhere... Oh, I think we got some hitters in here, don't we? No, we don't. Okay. So the drunkard is going to do our 3 damage because for now, everything is still standing. Well, this is going to be close, but I think we're going to kill everybody, right? We're gonna win. I think we're going to kill Zogar eventually, but we're going to lose 3 buildings, maybe 4. Because I can't defend all of these. What about the martyr? Can I trash the martyr to kill Zogar? Oh boy. That feels okay. If you can, then Zogar's dead and we win with every building standing. Let's just put that on the table. Okay? If that's a legal move. We kill the martyr, Zogar dies. Let's just pretend that that's not legal. The martyr will do 1 damage. No. We're going to use the martyr to roll back the pyramid 1. And then we're going to use the farmer to repair the farm to 4. Okay. Now Zogar is going to attack us and do 2 damage to the farm. It's going to break the mill. It's going to break the tavern. We're going to do 2 damage here, and we're going to do 2 damage here. Oh my god. Okay, so the tavern and the mill are both busted. Nothing we can do about it. Then we're going to go up 2 on the pyramid, which is 1, 2, add a hero, which is great because we have to shuffle. Oh man, this is OG all of a sudden here. So we lost the tavern, so that means we lost a point of damage. Oh, you know what? The whole game. I forgot that the tavern lowers the is plus to the calm. The whole game. So that would have meant at least that would have gone down 1 extra then, and then up 2 would have been an extra damage here and not a hero. So let's take the hero out. It was the executioner. Let's just take the hero out. I can't believe it. The whole game. I don't think I did too much calming, though, so maybe it didn't actually matter. Maybe it didn't matter. I didn't do a lot of calming because we killed everybody, but that time I just did, so I forgot about it if I hadn't done any calming. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. All we need to do is 4 damage, man. We can do 3 with some barricades. Okay, what do we got? We don't have. Oh yeah, we got some damage. We got the warden will do 2. Right, so there's 2, 4, 6. The warden does 2. The tower's still standing. The martyr again is going to do 1 plus tower, 8 damage. We killed Zogar. The peddler's alive. The peddler's going to do the festival for 1, 2. May as well. And there it is. So there, we killed everybody. So whatever that score is looking pretty good. Right there, we killed everybody. We did lose the tavern though, and the mill, but that's okay. They were weak anyway. Wow. Anyway, this game is a blast. It's a ton of fun. It plays very quickly. Who else did we have? The bishop, the engineer. Oh, these are all basic guys. The executioner was from the gnome pack. The clay golem and the sorceress were from the Gates expansion, right? But that's just to show, how it works. But I think that is a wonderful display of how this can play, doing fairly well. Like we did really well. I feel like not fairly well. I think we did really well. I would have liked to have had things stand more. We didn't use a lot of barricades, but that's because we kept murdering guys. I think we did all right there. So in any case, I really enjoy this with the Gates expansion and the gnome pack. I think it's phenomenal. I feel like it's hard to swallow a bit of the price. That's 23, 23, and 20, so $66 for all of it, right? I mean, now, granted, you get other stuff in the gnome pack. You get the promos for Desolate and the Stone, I can't remember the name of it. The important ones, you get for, you get a bunch of stuff for Iron Helm. That alone makes it worth it right there. No, you get stuff for everything. You get stuff for Dust Runner. That's right, you get all kinds of cool stuff. You get stuff for Tin Helm. Some of it I already had, but still, you get all the things. You get all the awesome things. You get stuff for Dust Runner, right, which is awesome too. That's a blast, that game. You get some cubes to go along with Iron Helm, because if you want to use these to keep track of your stuff instead of tokens, that's awesome. You can make your own characters now. They have this stuff. The gnome pack is worth it, right, for a lot of reasons. Plus, you get this cool oracle in here. I had no idea this was in here, but this is actually really, really cool. I am so thankful that this is in there. I thought that was just an amazing little bonus that I didn't even know was in the pack. It's not like it's hidden. It says it right on the page. I just somehow didn't read it. So, in any case, Gates is amazing. It's just a little pricey. It's a situation where I feel like, Kickstarter and crowdfunding and all that kind of stuff has its place. And I know that I bought these on the crowd sale. I don't remember how much they cost, but I definitely bought all these on the crowd sale. The gnome pack, I think I bought with something else. But they cost, they were less. They were probably $15 or something. I don't remember. It never felt bad, and now having played them all together, it's fantastic and a great portable game. It doesn't take up a huge footprint. I spread it out as much as I could because this is the lowest I could get the camera, so I had to make it look like it was a full table here for you for the video. So in any case, thanks everybody for watching, and remember, games are made for everyone's recreation. It's been a heck of an election year in the US, huh? I'll see you next time.